C-SPAN's local content vehicles are traveling the country this summer and fall, visiting communities and congressional districts as we look at some of the most hotly contested House races leading up to this November's midterm elections.
I think Virginia-11 is a sign of what's going on in the country, not only just Virginia. I think Virginia was a sign in 2009 of some of the anger that was building up in the rest of the country. And I think Virginia-11 will move in the direction of whatever way the country is going. And the sign of whether a wave is building for Republicans will definitely be seen if a Republican can win this race in November.
How you doing? You don't have a Connolly shirt on. He's not up this year. I am.
Good to see y'all. Keith Fimian, local businessman running for Congress.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Never thought I'd do that, but we need people that can balance budgets in Congress.
Who are the candidates running in the 11th district?
Well, you have obviously the Congressman, Gerry Connolly, who was elected in 2008, and Keith Fimian, who ran against Gerry Connolly in 2008 and lost 55 to 43%. They are the candidates that were nominated in the June primary. However, recently, the district has been shifting towards Democrats. President Obama won it with 57%, a pretty high number in 2008. President Bush in 2004 took it by a very slim 51% margin. He won it even bigger in 2000. So as we can see, as we go down the line, it's moving towards Democrats. However, in 2009, the last governor's race, Bob McDonnell, who ran as a Republican, took 55% in this district. So the question is this district moving back towards Republicans, or was 2009 just an aberration?
I think you said that this is Keith Fimian who's running against Connolly.
That's right.
Again, what's different this time?
Well, the environment is different this time. We saw in 2008, President Obama, as we said, took 57% in this district. These are districts, these suburban districts. This is Fairfax County in Virginia, Northern Virginia, and Prince William County in Northern Virginia. They're two areas that have been moving towards Democrats, suburban areas. They're very popular, have been very popular for Democrats in recent cycles. We see that as those districts have been shifting towards Democrats, what's changed now is that suburban districts in Philadelphia and New York and Chicago appear to be moving back towards Republicans, or at least moving in their direction this cycle. And I think that's what's different about this time. The candidates obviously have not changed, but what also has changed is Keith Fimian. He's now, he was attacked in 2008 by Gerry Connolly as being a social conservative, too socially conservative for the district, which may be more moderate on abortion and guns. But this time, Keith Fimian is also running as a Tea Party candidate. And so will this suburban district elect a Tea Party type? I think that'll be a good test of the Tea Party strength. And if Keith Fimian can indeed win this cycle when he didn't before, I think it'd be a very, very telling indicator for Republicans across the country if a Tea Party social conservative can win a suburban district like this. Things are going to look very good for Republicans in November.
Do you have any sense about Gerry Connolly's popularity in this district?
Gerry Connolly, what you would think starts out with a high name identification, because prior to his election he was Fairfax County Board of Supervisors chair. He was very instrumental in working with local transportation issues, which is probably one of the #1 issues in his term. He has a high name ID from that. However, starting with his election, he now has a record in Congress, which is different than being popular on the local side. He has voted with the Democratic leadership on cap and trade, on the stimulus, and on the health care bill. He's sort of voted across the board with the Democratic leadership, and the Republicans are sure to exploit that in an area in Virginia and in Northern Virginia that appears to be moving back towards Republicans. Those may not be the best votes he could have taken. And he'll have a tough time defending those in the environment we're currently in. Virginia is also one of the first states to close on election night. Their polls close at 7 o'clock. And if Fimian does indeed pull this out, it'll be one of the first signs, this will be one of the first bellwether races that aren't exactly a toss-up race right now, but they're on the fringes that if this race goes, boy, there's going to be a lot of dominoes that are left to fall that night, and that Republicans will very much have a very good chance of capturing the majority.